welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vutlhari Mashamba, and in this channel we're doing all things lifestyle, mostly in the form of vlogs. Don't forget to like, comment, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. Now guys, as you may have noticed by the title of this video, today's video is a lot different from most videos that I share on this channel. I want to share with you guys my journey to motherhood, or should I rather say, I want to tell you about the obstacles that I had to overcome before becoming a mother. So the main purpose of me making this video is just to encourage you guys to not give up on whatever it is that you want in life, because God really shows up at the end. And I also want to motivate that woman who's been struggling so much to conceive, or maybe experiencing miscarriages, or maybe failing to have kids due to other things. So my journey to motherhood began in 2019, shortly after Happy and I got married. So Happy and I had our wedding on the 2nd of March 2019, and after that I fell pregnant. And by the way, by that time we were not really trying, but also we're not taking proper precautions to prevent it from happening. And then on my second trimester, I was 16 weeks along, and at that point I was like, I've now gone past the high risk mark of miscarriages, so we're good to go. I was taking a nap one afternoon, and then when I woke up, I was sleeping in a pool of blood, guys. I knew there and there that no, this can't be right, this is a miscarriage. And then when I stood up, I felt so much pain. I couldn't even handle the pain. I just called my husband, and then he came in, and when he came in, he saw blood and was like, let's go to the hospital. And so we went to the hospital. We went to Landmed in Lenasia, and then when we got to the hospital, I went to the ER. And then shortly after running some tests, the doctor confirmed to me that I was having a miscarriage. Yo, guys, I felt like my world was shattering. I was so angry, guys. I felt so angry. I was angry at myself. I was angry at my womb for failing me. I was angry at God. I was angry at everything. And I just didn't want to talk to anyone. And then we came back home with the hub after they had done the cleaning and everything. And we had to go back to the doctor for a follow-up appointment after 6 weeks. We did that, and then the doctor said, I am okay, and we can start trying again if we want to. And even though the first pregnancy wasn't planned, I wanted to try so much because I felt like the only thing that was going to comfort me from that miscarriage was actually falling pregnant again. And so we started trying again. And upon trying, shortly after trying, on the first try, I found out I was pregnant again. I was excited, but this time around I was scared at the same time. We booked an appointment, went to the doctor. The doctor confirmed the pregnancy, and about 2 weeks after, I miscarried again. Yo, guys, I felt so devastated. I didn't know what to do. I was asking myself, what's wrong with me? Forgetting, guys, that we plan, but God decides. And God's delay is not his denial. It was just not yet time. And then after that, we tried again. This time around, we tried we started trying 2 months after the miscarriage. And I miscarried again, guys. This time around, I lost all hope. I became depressed. I was no longer myself. Guys, a lot was going on. My husband was so scared for my life that he had to come back early from work every day because he just couldn't cope at work. He would keep on comforting me and helping me to move on from this miscarriage. But then the third miscarriage was the final knockdown, guys. I was so stressed, And this time around, the doctor was like, we need to run thorough investigations to like find out what's the root cause of these miscarriages. And then the first thing that the doctor was suspecting, according to my history and everything that I had explained to her about my cycle and everything, was endometriosis. She suspected endometriosis. And she was like, we need to do an operation, a laparoscopic operation, to check if you have endometriosis. So a lap scope is a surgery whereby they make small incisions and then they insert a camera inside to see what's going on inside. And then we set the date, how we prepared everything for the operation, and then the doctor did the operation. When I woke up from the operation, it was now time for the doctor to come and give me the results. So I was in bed. I was still a bit drowsy from the anesthesia, and I was with my husband. So she came and she was holding sort of a pamphlet with pictures on it. And she was like, I have endometriosis. Guys, you should have seen how I felt at that moment. I felt like I wanted to faint. I felt like I wanted to die. Like, I don't even know how to explain how I was feeling. And so after that, I stayed a few days in the hospital and I was discharged. Guys, I was so devastated. I've never been so stressed in my life. At this point, I had gone past stressing. I was now depressed because I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want to face people, guys. So life went on and we went back to the doctor after the operation to like check if everything is okay and to also discuss about the way forward. And the doctor told me that she's now giving us a go ahead to now start trying again. Mind you, guys, we were now trying for the 4th time. I had experienced 3 miscarriages and now we're trying for the 3rd time. And the doctor was like, they tried to burn some of the endometriosis during the operation. And they also discovered that I had very large cysts in my fallopian tubes and they also had to get rid of that. And so the doctor was like, you can now start trying naturally, and if it fails, let's give it maybe, let's say, did she say a month? No, she said 3 months. So if nothing happens after 3 months, we are now going to take the medical route of conceiving. Now she's now going to introduce a medical method that's going to help us conceive. Falling pregnant was never an issue for me. The problem was having to keep the pregnancy full term. I started feeling different a month later, but I just didn't want to take a test. I was like, I don't want to be disappointed. I don't know if I am going to take the disappointment. Like, I'll take a pregnancy test whenever I'm ready. And guys, I could feel that my breasts were swollen. Like, I was having symptoms of pregnancy. And with my past experiences or with my previous pregnancies, I knew how it felt to be pregnant. And that's exactly how I was feeling at that moment. But I did not take a test, guys. We went back to the doctor after the 3rd month. And when we went back to the doctor, no, it wasn't the 3rd month. I think it was the 2nd month. I was now actually about 8 weeks pregnant. And mind you, I didn't want to take a test, but I also didn't want to deprive my baby, in case I'm pregnant, of the vitamins that I'm supposed to take. So I just went to Clicks. I got pregnancy vitamins and I started taking them without even taking a test. I was just taking them for in case I am pregnant. After all, I wasn't gonna get any harm from taking vitamins. I mean, they are vitamins at the end of the day, even if I wasn't pregnant. And so we went to the doctor, and then the doctor did everything that she needed to do, and it was time for her to now do a sauna. She did a sauna, and when I looked at the screen, I saw a gestational sac. I was like, nope, there's no way that I am not pregnant, because I know what a gestational sac looks like. Before the doctor could actually tell me, I asked her, am I pregnant? And she was like, yes, you are pregnant. and you are already 8 weeks. I think I was 8 weeks and a few days along. And that's when I told her that I've actually been taking vitamins. I just didn't want to take a pregnancy test because I didn't want to be disappointed. And then we actually went back for the second appointment, and I noticed that the doctor doesn't work directly with our medical aid, so we constantly had to pay like levies whenever we visit the doctor, and it was so unnecessary because we could literally find a gynae that works directly with our medical aid, and we'll just have to go to the doctor without paying anything. And that's when I called the medical aid to find a list of gynaes around my area that I could go to. So I checked the list and I saw Dr. Chikanda, and I was like, okay, he's Venda, I'm Tsonga, most vendors know Xitsonga, so it will be easier for me to like communicate with the doctor and fully understand what's going on with the pregnancy. And I just picked him up based on that. I called his practice and they made an appointment for me. I went to the doctor and I started seeing Dr. Chikanda. Oh guys, he's the best gynae ever. That man is so dedicated to his work. Like guys, my pregnancy was not easy. Around the 3rd month, I was taking a nap, and when I woke up, I was spotting. Yo, guys, I felt like, okay, it's now about to happen again. Guys, I called the doctor on his personal phone. And when I called him, I told him that I'm experiencing this. And I was like, just go to the hospital and I'll be there. And by the way, he wasn't even working on that day. He was off, like he doesn't work the whole week. But he was like, I'll be there. I'll come and see you. He admitted me just to monitor me, and it was just a scare. Everything was okay. And so I came back. Upon coming back home, the pregnancy progressed, but I wasn't really enjoying the pregnancy. Like I was always nervous of what's gonna happen. I was so scared of losing the pregnancy. But this time around, I was like having that stubborn faith that no matter what, I am giving birth to this baby alive and full term. Like I would always pray, and I had this stubborn faith. And so I carried on taking my vitamins, going back to my appointments until the 6th month. On the 6th month, I had to go back again to the hospital. I called the doctor and I went back. And mind you, it was now 2020 and it was during COVID-19. So my husband couldn't really visit me at the hospital. They were not allowing visitors. I was there on my own, guys, and I was so nervous, and I was always watching the news, checking the updates on COVID-19. I was scared. Like, I felt like, why did this have to happen during my pregnancy? Because I struggled so much to finally get to 6 months. And now there's COVID, and now there's these scares that are happening to me. Yo, guys. And then the doctor confirmed that there was nothing wrong with the baby. It was just a scare, and I was discharged. Fast forward to the 9th month. I was now 9 months pregnant, and I wanted to give birth naturally via a vaginal birth. But that couldn't happen because my baby was breech. The baby did not turn, and I couldn't have a natural birth. I had to go for a C-section. And then when the date arrived that we had set for the C-section, I went. And so when the doctor performed the anesthesia for me to give birth while awake, and they were just gonna prevent the lower part of my body from feeling pain. And so when they did the anesthesia, it failed, guys. It did not work. They ended up having to like put me to sleep while they delivered the baby. And so they used a general anesthesia. I was sleeping, and then they did they delivered the baby. When I woke up, I asked the doctor where my baby is. And the nurse was like, the baby is in the nursery with other children, with other babies. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I went into the ward, And then the pediatrician came into my ward and was like, your child is in the neonatal ICU. There were some complications during birth, like the baby wasn't breathing properly as she should, so they quickly had to rush her into the NICU. Yo, guys, I was so hurt. I was so confused. I didn't even know what to say. And then, guys, from there, the doctor explained everything, and they were like, I can't go and see the child that day, and I was not allowed to get out of bed on that particular day. I was only gonna see the child the following day. And they're telling me this, guys, that time it's only 8 a.m. So I have to wait for the whole day to finally meet my child that I had just given birth to. A child that I didn't even get a chance to see while giving birth to, because I was put asleep with a general anesthesia. Yo, guys, I was so hurt, but I had no option. I had to wait. But during my wait, guys, I was crying so much that the nurse that was in charge of taking care of me felt so hurt, and she kept on like comforting me. And I asked her to at least go to the neonatal ICU and take a picture of the baby and just show me that indeed there is a baby. Because a part of me was like, what if they are lying to me? They just want me to be okay before telling me that the baby didn't make it. Yo, guys. And at the same time, before the nurse could come back with the picture, I called my doctor and I asked him to please send me the picture of the baby, because he had promised that he's going to send the picture, he's going to capture the delivery process and then send me the pictures, because I couldn't see anything. And when the doctor sent the pictures, the baby's head seemed a bit deformed, and I sent my husband the pictures, and my husband and I concluded that it's okay if the baby is deformed. Like, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that we have a child that's actually alive, guys. That's all that mattered. And then I went and saw the baby the following day. Shiwono was normal, she was fine, she was okay, she was not deformed in any way. It was just the pictures that made it seem as if the head is not properly molded. And then I was discharged on the third day, and I had to leave the baby at the hospital. Guys, did I not cry? Did I not stress? Having to go and see my child on allocated time frames. Meanwhile, I could like be with my child if she was healthy full time. I could literally go home with her. And in my case, I couldn't, because she was not yet okay. And so I kept on going back to the neonatal ICU to see the child, and I was in pain, guys, because I had just had a C-section. But that did not matter to me. What mattered most was like being with my child and seeing my child and seeing that my child is actually alive. Like, the only thing that mattered at that moment was keeping the baby alive. Yo, guys, I was so stressed. I wasn't even eating properly. And on the 5th day, I went to the hospital and saw the baby. And then when Hab and I were on our way back home, I felt so dizzy, guys. I felt like I was about to faint. And then we went to see a doctor, like the nearest doctor that we could find. And then the doctor checked me out, and I was depressed apparently. And then he gave me medication, and I went back home. When we got home, I took a nap, and I woke up, my phone was ringing. I was so scared of answering the call, guys, because I was like, what if it's the hospital and they want to tell me that the baby did not make it? And so I just gave my husband the phone to answer, and it was indeed the hospital. But they wanted us to come and pick up the child. Now the baby was now ready to come back home. Yo, guys, I was so excited. And at the same time, we were scared. Like, it was during COVID-19. It was during lockdown. What if the baby catches like COVID-19? We felt like the baby was safer at the hospital, but at the same time, I was so worried that I couldn't be with my child. Other people had to take care of my child. I couldn't take care of my child by myself. And so we came back home with her, and everything was fine, guys. Now, we planned that we were gonna conceive for the second time 9 months after giving birth to my child. we started trying for the second baby. We started trying after the doctor had given us a go ahead, obviously, and it just wasn't happening this time around. And I was so used to like falling pregnant on the first try, but it wasn't happening. It took about 4 months for me to finally fall pregnant with my son Shihluke. Now with Shihluke's pregnancy, it was a smooth sail. Everything was okay. There were no complications. And yeah, guys, I'm going to put on pictures here for Shihluke's birth. And in a nutshell, that's how I finally became a mom. And that's how I finally had my kids. So guys, with the whole process and everything that I encountered during my journey to motherhood, what I've learned is God's delay is not his denial. The fact that you are not getting what you are praying for at the moment doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. There's actually a light at the end of the tunnel. God knows why he's not giving that thing that you want so much to you. Like, he's still preparing you for what's coming. He knows the best time that you need to receive that blessing. And with due time, you're definitely going to receive it. Now guys, I've come to the end of the video. Let me not make this video much longer. I'll see you guys in the next video. After this video, we are starting with a vlogmas. I am going to participate in vlogmas, guys. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.